we started our ICFP journey back in 2021, where we started working with some customers. They said, look, we really need to understand. We understand how much our staff cost, but we don't understand whether the allocation of our staff is in line with what our curriculum plan should be, whether we are resourcing our priorities, or whether we've just got too many staff or too few staff, and in what areas those are true. So when we started the ICFP journey back then, I must admit I was a bit unsure of actually how that value translates for primary schools. It was very well understood for secondary schools. ICFP has been a really kind of known quantity in the secondary phase for quite some time. But I did have to question, well, actually, where is the value for primaries? You've got a teacher per class broadly. You don't need to do full ICFP to understand what your average class size is. Well, actually, what further value is there? And it's fair to say, 4 or 5 years down the journey, 2 years into the product being live, we've actually got more primary schools using the solution than we do secondaries. And the value they're getting are, yes, there's a bit to understand about the teaching piece. How am I teaching my classes? How are we dealing with PPA cover? Is that being covered by HLTAs or is it being covered by leadership? Do we have job shares? There's some nuances to understand about the teaching piece. But actually the areas of variability and the areas where you have opportunity to think about resource deployment is around how are we deploying our leadership? How does leadership sit within our schools? And is that being done consistently and with big impact? And then the other part is all around education support. How are we deploying our teaching assistants? How are we facilitating our SEN need? Do we have the right levels of staffing to handle the SEN need that we've got? And also, what's our ambition around whole class TA support? Those are the areas that are quite difficult to understand in primaries, and ultimately IMP ICFP helps you cut through all of that noise.